Hello, football fans, and welcome to McMahon Stadium here in Calgary, Alberta. We're back with Canada West football action here tonight. Week 1, it's the University of Calgary Dinos and the University of Alberta Golden Bears. I'm Riley Pollock with Drew Carpenter. And Drew, good to see you again, first of all. I hope you had a great offseason, but I think this Dinos team is hoping they had a great offseason too, and it starts with the quarterback position. Dom Britton comes over from the national championship winning Okanagan son of the BCFC to stabilize that QB spot for the Dinos. How big of an ad is this?
Yeah, I spent some time at practice yesterday talking to Coach Barry about various personnel, and of course Dom came up in conversation, and they're pretty excited about what he brings. They understand that, this is his first regular season game at this level. Things are moving faster. They expect a few mistakes here and there, but ultimately really see him as a shining spot on this offense.
And for the Golden Bears, they've won 2 of the last 3 meetings with the Dinos. Not something you've said often over the past few years, and they've won 2 straight here in Calgary. Eli Hetlinger returns as the Bears starter. He was the starter for the first 5 games last year before getting hurt. And he was quite effective from what we saw of him against the Dinos last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very impressed with him last year. It's unfortunate he got hurt for his sake and to see what he could have done statistically. But clearly he was effective in the 5 games that he played, and looking forward to seeing what he can do here.
And finally here, before we get to the national anthem, last season these 2 teams were competitive with each other, but not competitive overall in the Canada West, the bottom 2 teams in the Canada West standings. Drew, both teams kind of looking for a fresh start this season and to start on a high note.
Yeah, absolutely, and that just makes today's game that much more important for both teams, right? Obviously you want to get started off 1-0, and I think both these teams are coming in here fired up, feeling good. Last night, Coach Harris talked to the Dinos about playing confidently, knowing your assignments, playing hard. U of A's had success here. They're going to be coming in here feeling good about themselves. So I think really it's going to start in this opening kickoff. This first quarter is really going to set the tone.
We will get the coin toss and the national anthem here, and then we'll be back for first quarter action. You're watching Canada West football here on Canada West TV.
The University of Calgary, located in the heart of southern Alberta, both acknowledges and pays tribute to the traditional territories and the people of Treaty State, which include the conflicting families comprised of the Siksika, the Piegan, and First Nation, the Siksika First Nation, and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chili, Bears Club, and Brookstone First Nation. The city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. The University of Calgary is situated on the land northwest of where the Bohemian NCAA River, a site traditionally known as Makinskas to the Mountain, Winchester to the Stoney Nakoda, and Gitxisi to the Siksika. On this land and in this place, we strive to learn together, walk together, and grow together, and agree together. And now Dinos fans, please stand if you're able. Remove your hats and join Willie Clark in the singing of our national anthem.
The anthem is sung, and we are about to get underway here from McMahon. Riley Pollock, Drew Carpenter here in the booth. It's the Dinos hosting the Golden Bears in week 1 of Canada West football action. Drew, you just looking down on the field has me fired up right now, and I'm sure those guys are fired up. It's always great to start 0-0 fresh start here in week 1.
September 1st, fall is in the air, still a beautiful day, a little bit of a chill. It's football weather, it's football season. This is great, love being out here. And yeah, there's something about that first national anthem gets the tingle up your spine.
Absolutely, and we've got a great crowd here and a long line waiting to get in still outside, so it'll keep filing in, I'm sure, here through the first quarter. But if it's anything like what we saw last year, it's going to be well over 6,000 here for the home opener for the Dinos as they look to right the ship from last season. And they will kick off to start the year here, as it will be Vince Triambari to fire it off. And he doesn't have a football yet, though, so that could be an issue. Now it comes around.
I'm going to guess we're going to be over $7,000 today, just looking at how many people are still coming in and who's sitting in the seats.
And will be Jackson Humey back to return alongside Cole Priestley. Or pardon me, that's Jonathan Rosary back there. And we are about to get underway. The ball is in the air, and week 1 of Canada West action is underway. A bouncing ball loose at the 20-yard line. Did the Dinos get to it? A pile up. The ref comes running in, but they're going to say the Golden Bears got on the ball. But almost a huge play for the Dinos to start the season.
Yeah, some good fortune for Alberta there. That is definitely a mental error to start the game. You got to attack that football in the air and make sure you have control of it to start this football game off.
So the Bears will start at their own 19-yard line. Starting quarterback Eli Hetlinger in his second year. There'll be 4 to his right. Now 2 motion over to the left. It's a handoff on first down. Tied up there in the middle, nowhere to go. As Peterson, the running back for the Golden Bears, and he's wrapped up quickly, maybe a gain of 2.
Yeah, good job by the Dinos front 7 there. Not overreacting to the movement in the backfield. Truthfully, it looked like Alberta might have given a little bit of a key to Calgary as they were fully prepared for that inside run.
2nd and 7 here from their own 22-yard line. Hetlinger once again in the gun, 4 to his right. Takes the snap, looks to the right. Finds a receiver near the first down. It looks like it will be enough for a first, as it's Rosary making the catch. And indeed, it will be a first down for the Golden Bears.
Good play call by Alberta. Looking to get some momentum on that first down. Get a nice, easy completion for Hetlinger. Get that monkey off his back. Get ready to roll.
First down from the 30. Pistol formation here. Handoff on first down up the middle, finding some space. And getting near, spinning towards the 40. That could be a 9-yard run as Matthew Peterson backs his way towards a first down.
Nice hard run, keying off his blocks there, finding the seam. Dinos are able to keep him just short, but are going to have to bear down here.
Second and about 1 yard here. Looked like they brought in some big bodies. They will have 7 right tight to the line here, and it'll be single back formation. Now sneak through the middle, and I think plenty there over the 40-yard line. That'll be another first down here for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, good push up front. Quarterback was hit up early, but was able to keep his momentum forward and pick up the first down.
Golden Bears, another first down just outside their own 41-yard line. Strung a couple together here as they look to build a little momentum on their first drive. The Dinos in their 3-4 formation here, coming out on first down. 2 tights in here for the Golden Bears. Handoff on first down. Some room to that right side. And it was Corday Hall on the run on that one. And it'll be near the 50, about the 48. And it'll be second and short.
Yeah, a little off tackle read option. Quarterback sees the defensive end collapsing down. Good opportunity to pick up a bunch of yards on a run play.
Second and 4 here for the Golden Bears as they approach midfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 tights in again. Rolling to the left, the pass is out to the flat, caught at midfield, and that'll be another first down as Rasmussen makes the tackle, and it was number 12 on the catch, Chevy Thomas.
Bit of a moving bunch formation by the Bears, bringing the Dino defenders together, catch them in man coverage, able to roll out, flood the left side zone.
Over half now are the Golden Bears, 3 first downs on their opening drive. Etlinger takes the snap. Screen pass here, met in the backfield as it was Sauce Odomingi, and he read that right from the start.
Yeah, that's that strong linebacking core of the Calgary Dinos. They're playing that 3-4, and I think a big part of it this year is personnel. They've got a great linebacking core. They want to get all those athletes on the field and let them make plays.
I think it was actually Flanagan in there first that read it from that inside Z linebacker position. And early movement here on second and long. We'll see which side did it, but I think the Dinos may have jumped a little early on the hard count.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it. I didn't see any motion other than the slot backs, but of course that's the norm.
They're going 5 forward here, so indeed offside on the Dinos. They had them at about 2nd and 13. And it was Franklin Abello jumping early. So 2nd and about 7 now here for the Golden Bears. Just 1 to the right of Hetlinger. He looks left. Now he'll scramble to the right. He's got some room if he wants to. Throws it downfield into double coverage and incomplete. That will bring up 3rd down, a dangerous pass, but it looked like Rasmussen didn't turn his head around there. He might have had an interception as it was intended for Kettle.
I mean, he had an opportunity. If he throws that outside the numbers, he can lead the receiver to that football. As much as it was double coverage, I mean, he had a step. Unfortunately, the ball was thrown behind and it yields to nothing. Good starting drive, though, for Alberta. Moved the ball effectively.
Yeah, I think both teams can take positives. The Dinos that they didn't allow any points, and Alberta that they got 3 first downs on the drive here. And now stepping back to kick the ball away will be Giustini. He catches the ball head high and will put a nice boot into it there, into the corner. We'll see where the ref marks it, but like a Nice little punt there from Justini.
I'm so glad that's not a penalty in our league. See that in the CFL? It's driving me nuts this year.
Yeah, I would agree. It looks like the 10-yard line is where the Dinos will start here on their first drive of the season.
That was a very good punt. You know, something that we talked about pregame was about the fact that Alberta didn't get a chance to play a preseason game. Unfortunately, due to the fires in Kelowna, they were supposed to play UBC. And that actually might play a bit of an advantage to them, at least from the perspective that the Dinos don't really know what to expect from Alberta this year. They have no film other than last season.
Shotgun set. Split now as one tight end in there. Handoff on first down through the middle. Maybe one, maybe two, as Sua battles on his first carry as a Dino this season. It looks like he got about two.
Yeah, that front seven of U of A is not afraid to get dirty. Last week against Saskatchewan, the offensive line of the Dinos was quite effective. The run game was excellent despite the final score. Speaking with Coach Barry, they're pretty high on what this offensive line can do.
2nd and 8 for the Dinos. They send 3 to starter Dom Britton's left. 1 to the right here, 2 in the backfield. They're going to hand it off again. Sua around the outside, tries to cut through the middle. He'll get to about the 15 or so. So a gain of 3 on 2nd down, but it'll bring up 3rd and 5, and the punting unit will come out.
Yeah, just no one from Calgary on that second level to help break up the linebackers there. Good pursuit by Alberta, and here comes Chris McLean to see what he can do best.
Well, Chris McLean sure kicks the ball well, as we saw last season. He was in the running for MVP on this Dinos team. I feel like he averaged over 50 yards a punt every time we watched him here.
He was a consistent highlight for us, and I do believe he did average over 50 last year. If not, he was near as makes no difference.
Jackson Hume back to return at his own 45-yard line, just the single returner back. McLean will not get a chance to kick the ball away as he drops to a knee for the safety. That will be the first score of the Canada West season. Alberta leads 2-0 here with 8:28 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, I can't say I disagree with that call this early in the game. Concede it, focus on field position, let your defense go out, get some more reps under their belt. They were effective last drive, so let's see what they can do here. Into
quite a strong wind are the Dinos as well. It wasn't windy when I came into the building today, but those flags are moving pretty well down at field level now. Golden Bears getting the wind in the first quarter. We'll see if maybe they attempt a few more shots here. Is pretty run-heavy first drive, but it worked for them. They'll start from their own 35. As Hetlinger has 3 to his left, 1 to the right. Play action on first down. Now a screen pass and a tackle made there nicely, but into the hands of number 88. That's Colby Herford, who we were talking about before the game as probably going to be one of the big targets here this season.
Yeah, leading receiver last year and a bit of a playmaker, trying to get him into open space there, but good pursuit by the Dino linebacking core, limiting that to a 7-yard gain.
2nd and about 3 here for the Golden Bears. They send 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Looked like the fullback was jetting straight out there, but he'll stay in. Play action again as pass through the middle. Nice completion right at midfield as he finds Chevy Thomas right at midfield. That'll be the Golden Bears' first down.
Yeah, just sitting the soft side of the zone there. Got a little roll into a deep curl route, just letting the defenders kind of bypass the receivers, come in and around the soft spot behind the halfback.
Taylor Young making the tackle on the play. Now a pass deep shot just out of the reach of Herford, as they did indeed try the deep shot with the wind, just too far.
Yeah, I agree that they need to take those shots, especially if the wind is going to continue. And they've had a lot of success with some big play football against the Dinos the last couple times they've faced them, so why not?
Quick play there. Now 2nd and 10 from midfield. I believe it was Taylor Young in coverage again there down the field. Looked like Herford had maybe a step. Now 2nd down, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation here. Stepping back is Hetlinger. Has all kinds of time looking for an outlet. Now he dishes it off. Pass is complete, but well short of the yards to gain. I think Yeah, Peterson out of the backfield making the catch at the 51-yard line. So the Dinos hold again, and the punting unit for the Golden Bears comes out.
Pretty good concentration making that catch throw behind, but obviously too little. Yeah, I do expect Alberta to take some shots though, because if nothing else, you look at the stat sheet of Calgary against Saskatchewan last week, and they got burned deep a few times. They had some, mixed up coverages, that sort of thing. So I think you do got to take your shots when you can.
Punting from the 51-yard line. Giustini waits for the snap. Another nice, oh no, off the side of the foot there. And that will go out of bounds at around the 35-yard line. So the Dinos with much better field position. From my vantage point, it looked like it was going to go coffin corner, but it was right off the side of the foot.
No, it looked like it had the right arc initially, but then it was a dead duck. And yeah, that's what, net 20 yards?
Looks like the 28-yard line is where the Dinos will start their second drive. Far side hash, 3 to Britain's left and 2 to the right with a tight end in. Play action, pass through the middle, caught. And they're going to say incomplete as he was looking for Zach Smith there, and it looked like Smith had made a miraculous catch, just couldn't survive contact with the ground.
Yeah, not an easy one off that back shoulder like that, but you know what? Help your young quarterback out, make a tough catch, get that confidence built.
2nd and 10 here from the 28-yard line. 3 right, 2 left. Britton gets the snap, has time, scrambles out to his right, looking for an outlet. Now he'll dish it off, caught at the 35, but tackled as it was Rowan Reed making the catch, but he'll be short of the first down, just about the 34-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, and I think that's the youth that Coach Barry was talking about, or the inexperience, where it's going to take a little bit of time, especially on those scrambling plays. There's a certain amount of like je ne sais quoi between your receivers and your quarterback, where you have to be on the same page without really knowing what anybody's doing, and that just takes time.
McLean back to punt it to Humey. McLean with a low rocket there. That one bounces just shy of the 40. It'll be out at the 39, so no return on the play. A nice punt there from McLean. Not one of his towering, booming punts that we saw last year, but that one just as effective.
No, but that's the precision you're expecting from a guy that got to go and have a shot at the next level, right? And likely will continue to have shots at the next level.
Golden Bears start their 3rd drive. They're up 2-0 here off a conceded safety. 5:10 remains in the first quarter. Hetlinger has 2 to his left. Now 1 motions across. Handoff up the middle. Good pursuit here from the Dinos, and Peterson's taken down as a bunch of Dinos in there. I believe Flanagan first to make contact.
Either the Dinos had the right call on, or they got a nice little tip from the fullback, slot back, dragging across there, because they read that perfectly. They saw that tackle pull to the weak side and were all over that trap.
Odamingi in there as well, as they're going to expect big things from him this season, and he's flown to the ball a couple times here so far in the first. 3 receivers right, rolling that way. Hetlinger now looking over the middle. Pressure coming. Hetlinger scrambles wide open now. Down the sidelines is Herford, and he's pushed out of bounds, but a first down on the scramble play from the Golden Bears. They're over midfield.
Yeah, I think the weak side linebacker there got caught between, do I stay in coverage or I come up and help on the quarterback? And unfortunately, I think in that scenario, it's stay in coverage and let the pursuing players handle the quarterback until he crosses the line of scrimmage.
Now they're talking about maybe Hetlinger was close to the line of scrimmage. Now they've thrown a flag. And they're going to bring it back. procedure call against the Golden Bears. No end, I believe, is what they said there. Only 6 up on the line, perhaps.
Oh, Dinos got away with one there. Good learning opportunity.
So 5 yards back. It'll be 2nd and 15 now for the Golden Bears. Back at their own 29-yard line. Indeed, the Dinos get a break here with 4:10 to go. In the first quarter, they trail 2-0. Pistol formation, Hetlinger fakes the handoff. Now he'll look over the middle, wide open. He walks through, throws it over the middle. Catch is made, and going down there was Rosary. He's taken down. He's shy, but not by much of that first down.
Yeah, I don't think he had it on the forward progress where he caught the football, but heck of a play by Hetlinger. It looked like he was going to tuck and run there, and last second just boom, popped his hips open, pulled his shoulder back, was able to throw back across the field. That's not an easy play. That's impressive.
Rasmussen making the tackle on the play. Now it looks as though Luke Horning will come through, the backup quarterback and short yardage guy, as they will go for it here on 3rd down. Horning under center, gets a good push, and he gets plenty. That should be enough for a Golden Bears first down as they convert after being backed up to 2nd and 15.
Yeah, I like that aggression by their play calling too. You know, at this spot in the field, at this point in the game, it's early. You know what? Let's see if we can get a first down, keep that momentum, keep that confidence, and sustain a much longer drive.
Hetlinger back in after the short yardage play. They have fresh set of downs just inside their own 45-yard line. 2 tight ends in. Hetlinger fakes the pass. Now he'll throw out to the flat. Catch made, but about halfway there, he finds Jonathan Rosary again. The tackle made by Nate Boschman, and it'll be 2nd and medium.
Nice ball placement and great catch by the receiver. Right on the fingertips, able to haul that in. You know, that's a decent first down play, right? Those quick hitters are effective, but it looks like we're going back. I
think they've got a procedure again. Looked like they had 7 on the line as they had the 2 tight ends. All right, well, we repeat first down. They're going to go back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 at their own 40 now, but 2 penalties now where a no-end call has come against the Golden Bears.
Must be first game of the season without a preseason game to practice some of this stuff.
First and 15 now. We're approaching the end of the first quarter. 2:20 remains here in quarter number 1. The Golden Bears lead the Dinos 2-0. Pistol formation. 2 receivers move to Hetlinger's left. Pass over the middle. Completed. Now with space. A big opening comes and down the field as it's a foot race, and it will be a touchdown, Golden Bears. Carter Kettle all the way to the house off just a little dump over the O-line, and he does the rest. And it is 8-0 Golden Bears here with just under 2 to go.
So they're running like a slot back cross screenplay, essentially. He's really tight to the line. He's able to actually pick up some blockers. He's kind of right in the mix. It was a little bit more than just your typical crossing route there. That's a clever little play, almost like a shovel pass type feel to it.
Look at the speed there as Carter Kettle all the way to the house, and he gets the first major of the Canada West season. Justinian, he puts it through, and it'll be 9-0 Golden Bears here. Just under 2 minutes remains in the first quarter.
Yeah, that looked like a combination of a really well executed play by Alberta and a play that Calgary has not seen before.
Golden Bears have moved the ball pretty well on all of their drives so far. That's the first time they've come away with points, but I think, like you mentioned, without a preseason game, you've got to be pretty happy with how the offense has looked so far in their first 4 drives.
Yeah, no, they've been effective. They're, you know, I think that's the right word, is effective or efficient. They're, you know, they're not going big. They've taken a couple shots, but really it's just kind of dinking and dunking and doing the little things right. And then eventually, you know, somebody makes a mistake, or, you know, you get an opportunity for a player to make a big play.
Back to return is Taylor Young.
Without a doubt, there's athletes on both sides of this football.
Svitteris back there as well, but it will go to Taylor Young, and it's booted through the end zone. That's going to be a single, so they go up double digits. The Golden Bears now lead 10-0. No time comes off the clock.
That was an absolute bomb at the kickoff.
Canada West producing kickers and punters.
To your point, it is pretty breezy, but not to take away from it, that was a bomb.
So the Dinos start their next drive at their own 35-yard line.
I think Calgary just needs to control the football here, try to get to the end of this quarter and get the win behind them to make a bit of a push.
3 left, 2 right for the Dinos, as Sua back there with Britton. Sua leaks out to the flats. Now Britton looking for a lane. He's going to get wrapped up, as nowhere to go. And I don't see much open either, as he is taken down. As Quadwo Bowen into the backfield to make the sack, the first sack for the Golden Bears today.
Yeah, I mean, good pressure by Alberta. I do think Britton had some opportunities there, but I think that's an inexperience. He's getting through his reads just a little slower than he needs to.
Second and about 14 now here. 3 left, 2 right. Shotgun formation. Britton gets the ball, looking for an option. He's pressured from the backside. Now scrambles to his right, looking for an outlet. Now just dumps it off, and it looked like Ben Britton, his brother, had some space there to gather the first down, but kind of turned before he secured the ball and couldn't make the catch. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, again, it comes back to, you know, just having that feel, quarterback and receiver. You could argue that Dom actually made a pretty good throw there, even though it was behind. His brother Ben probably should have been sitting down a little bit more as he encroached on the sidelines. But, you know, that just comes with time and reps.
Jackson Hume back to return the punt. McLean fires it away. Low driving kick into the wind. It looked like it ran into a wall there into the wind, and Hume just pushes it up the sidelines. 43 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it looks like he'll get to near the 50-yard line of the Golden Bears as Evan Smith pushes him out of bounds.
They could take a shot here, because I certainly would.
Yeah, with the wind at their back and what they just did on the last drive, first down might be the time to take a deep shot.
Totally. You're in a good spot in the field, too.
Great crowd here at McMahon for the home opener for the Dinos. I think you're right. I think we're clearing 7,000 today.
Yeah. Now we filled the red. We're into the blue. We're up in the bleachers above. Looks good.
Handoff up the middle. About 4 yards there as Peterson crashes and bangs for 4. And it'll be 2nd and 6 here with 14 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Well, perhaps taking the more conservative approach. They've had plenty of success playing small ball and eating up clock, and at the end of the day, they are up 10-0.
Peterson in the backfield with Hetlinger. Hetlinger gets the snap, now dishes it off to the side, and a big hit as it was Nate Boschman laying the boom, making sure that pass was incomplete. And that will do it for the first quarter. It will be the Golden Bears punting to start quarter number 2. We'll be back in about 2 minutes' time. You are watching the Golden Bears and Dinos here on Canada West TV.
To understand the impact Andrew Buckley had on Canada West football, one only needs to open up the conference record book. The former Calgary Dino wrote his name up and down its pages, most notably breaking the CW and U Sports passing and completion percentage records. But it wasn't just individual greatness Buckley achieved. The Calgary, Alberta product is a 3-time Canada West champion. The hometown quarterback was named the best university football player in the nation, not just once, but twice in his career. Buckley was as impressive off the field as he was on it. He repeated as the Canada West Student Athlete and Russ Jackson Award winner in 2013 and 14, becoming the first ever athlete to win the Crichton and Jackson Awards in the same season. Buckley went on to get drafted by the Calgary Stampeders after he was accepted into medical school.
Welcome back to McMahon Stadium here on this beautiful September 1st evening, as I'm Riley Pollock with Drew Carpenter today, here watching the Dinos and the Golden Bears here on Canada West TV. And right before the break, Drew, Nate Boschman made a huge play there to force the Golden Bears into what we think will be a punting situation.
Yeah, that's the kind of hit that defensive backs dream of. But I got a lot of sympathy for the receiver on that. You know, Hetlinger, he did a good job with his hard count, which he has numerous times. Almost got the defense offside. I don't know if that threw anybody else off, but he kind of just second-guessed in his throw maybe. I don't know. There's a bit of a hitch. He threw it a little high. Receiver's fully exposed going to try to get that. But, yeah, that's when you get to be the hammer, and unfortunately someone has to be the nail.
Matt Sibley back to return here for the Dinos. Yeah, it looked as though the center just snapped the ball because he thought maybe the Dinos jumped offside.
Yeah, perhaps that makes good sense. Someone was caught off guard, that's for sure.
Justini again off the side of the foot, and that one had to have been the 45 or the 50.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to net 10 yards on this.
And they're going to mark it at the 49-yard line. Great field position here for the Dinos, who look to get something going on offense with the win.
Yeah, this really benefits the Dinos here. You know, they've been struggling a little bit, but now they got the wind. That can't feel good for Alberta. I wonder if they should just go for it on third down. They've had plenty of success so far.
Justini's had his first punt was really nice, and then just two off the side of the foot since then. And the Dinos sure will take any help they can get here as they're at their own 49-yard line. Motion to the right. Sua takes the delay. He goes through the middle. Sua with room. He's going to get enough for a Dinos first down as they get into Golden Bear territory. Nick Sua taken down by Chase Tatrin.
Coach Barry had good things to say about Sua. He says he's a real smart, patient runner. He may not be the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, but that doesn't matter. He finds the holes, he reads his blocks, and he sets them up really well.
Really nice delay call there, I think, as well. As it looked, he really sold the blocking aspect there and then took the ball for the first down. Dinos into Golden Bear territory for the first time. Another handoff to Sua, looking for a lane. He'll get 3 or 4 as a decent pickup on first down here for the Dinos.
Yeah, this is what Calgary wants to do. Their O-line is big, strong, capable. Establish this run, eat up some clock, hopefully put some points on the board here, get right back into this game.
Quadwell Bowen making the tackle there. See what this passing game can do for the Dinos, as it is second and long. 3 to the right of Britton. Sua in there in the backfield, 2 to the left. Britton steps back, has a pocket pass over the middle. Nice catch there. It'll be close to a first down as Dante Carbone makes the catch, and he'll be just shy of a first down. We'll see what the Dinos want to do here, but it looks to be a yard, maybe just more.
Those great hands of Carbone. We saw some absolute circus catches last year, and for him to not only go down and get it, but also reach back and get it. Either of those catches independently is difficult, but to do both and continue with your momentum running, pretty impressive.
They will go for it here on third down. Britton stays under center, looking for a push, but I think the Golden Bears may have lined up offside, so I think they got it either way, but I think the Dinos may add 5 yards onto this.
Yeah, I think you're right. Getting back to that catch by Carbone, Coach Jabari Arthur states that Dante may have some of the best hands he's ever seen in a receiver. That includes his playing days and his coaching time. Of course, Jabari played for 8 to 10 years in the CFL and was a pretty effective receiver himself, so it's pretty high praise.
Yeah, I'd say he was quite good. As the Dinos do indeed pick up a first down off the penalty, but I think either way, as they get a fresh set of downs. Dom Britton with Sua in the backfield. Britton steps back, looking for an outlet pass, swatted down at the line. As it was intended for Zach Smith, but Big Paw got up there. It might have been Bowen again, who's made an impact on the defense so far.
Yeah, depending on who you're rooting for, that's either a great play by the defensive lineman or a mediocre play by the offensive line, because you got to engage those guys, keep their hands down. He was able to jump two-handed up and swat that.
2nd and 10 now here for the Dinos. 2 to Britton's right, 3 to the left. Britton steps back, pressure up the middle. Now he'll escape. Britton looking to get to the outside, and he'll be tackled just before the 30-yard line. We'll call it the 29. He gains almost 5 on the play, but it'll be 3rd and 5 as he's wrapped up by Reese Flunder.
Yeah, good read and pursuit by Alberta. Britton seems to be reasonably quick, but the defense was step for step with him on that play. Looks like we got an injury.
Yeah, Golden Bear down back near the 20. As it looks like Isaiah Neal down on the play. It looked like a leg something. They're working on a leg, maybe hopefully just a cramp.
Yeah, I didn't see anything nefarious, that's for sure. To your point, could just be a cramp. It is warm out there today, so that easily could occur.
Looks like when this injury is taken care of, Triambari maybe looking for the Dinos' first points of the day, as Hume back there in case of a miss, but gotta get this injury dealt with first. Looks like they're looking at that right leg.
Yeah, I wonder looks like they're kind of underneath his upper leg, like hamstring-ish area, but don't have great view from up here. Maybe those binoculars you were talking about.
Yeah, those will be here next game, I promise. Look at the stats right now while we wait. Is Eli Hetlinger a pretty good first quarter, 8 of 11, 1 TD, 121 yards. And then, of course, Kettle, 1 reception, 70 yards and a touchdown to really open up that first quarter. It's a 10-0 lead here for the Golden Bears. Dom Britton 2 for 5 right now for 12 yards. Sua 4 attempts, 19 on the ground. And Carbone and Reed, the 2 catches for the Dinos. So obviously like a little bit more from the offense, but they did get it into field goal position here as Triambari lined up at about the 37-yard line here.
Coaches have a lot of confidence in Triambari, so I think the expectation here is 3 points on the board for sure, but these stats definitely align with what we're seeing on the scoreboard so far.
Triambari lines it up, 37 yards out. Hume back near the back of the end zone. Snap is back. Triambari is up, and it's good. The Dinos get on the scoreboard following a Triambari 37-yard field goal. It's 10-3 Golden Bears with 11:35 to go in the second quarter.
Lots of leg on that kick. Could have been another 15 yards deep, easy. But now it's up to the defense to, slow these guys down a little bit. Now they have the wind to help them out. Looks like it's still blowing pretty strong. So, can play a little more aggressive, a little more downhill, and give your offense another opportunity for some more.
Golden Bears will scrimmage from their own 35-yard line, electing to take the ball. They're on the far left hash. 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left in the pistol formation, as it is Peterson in the backfield, in behind Hetlinger. Handoff to Peterson as they spread to the short side. And he'll get near the 40, maybe a gain of 4 on first down. It'll be second and about 6.
Yeah, just kind of a race to the sideline there. Pretty good pursuit by Calgary. Ultimately, kind of a neutral result. Second and long is what Calgary wants to see right now. Again, they get to be a little bit more aggressive with that win. They don't have to feel quite so threatened over top.
Second and long here for the Golden Bears. They've converted a few so far this evening. 3 right, 2 left. Peterson stays in the backfield as Hetlinger takes the shotgun snap, looks to his right. He'll pass over the middle, and it's the same play again as Kettle cuts through the middle. Kettle has room again. He goes to the far side. Kettle cuts behind another defender. He jumps over the defender, and he's in again. The exact same play. The Golden Bears have scored again. It's a touchdown, Alberta.
Yeah, and we're definitely missing defenders there underneath with the Dinos. I'm not sure who busted an assignment, but I can't imagine that was the way the play was supposed to be executed from a defensive perspective. Nonetheless, Alberta making it happen. Get the ball in your playmakers' hands and let them do some damage.
And they've just got to see something in the Dino zone that's effective twice in a row, right?
Totally, and that's why I'm saying, from the Dinos' perspective, it's not about being biased. It's more, a play like that should not yield multiple touchdowns, right? That shouldn't turn into a 50-yard run. That should be, a first down. Okay, fine, fair enough, reset, right?
Absolutely. The extra point is good. It hits the screen. And with that, it is a 17-3 score here. The clock hasn't changed yet, but I promise you it is 17-3 with that extra point.
I'm sure there's going to be some discussion on the sidelines about that, because you just, it's one thing to give up the first down there, second and long, okay, hey, you reset, you go again, but to give up, what was that, roughly a 50-yard touchdown, that's unacceptable, right? You're here to make a statement, start the season off right. Allowing that to happen once, all right, fine, hey, we move on, we reset, no harm, no foul, we learn, right? But it's the whole shame on you, shame on me sort of thing with the second time.
Civitrice and Taylor Young back to return the kickoff. 17-3, the Bears lead the Dinos on 2 long passing plays. Well, short passes, catch and runs, as Taylor Young makes a move, cuts through, and tries to get to his 25. Will be taken down, we're going to say, the 24-yard line, I believe. That's where the Dinos will start again here with 10:23 remaining in the second quarter.
It was a nice little return. U of A had pretty good coverage. They were all in their lanes where they needed to be, and were able to just make a couple of them miss to pick up a few extra yards. That easily could have been inside the 20.
Hetlinger now 9 for 12 for 192 and 2 touchdowns. I would say that a lot of it has to do with the ability of Kettle to run 150 total yards of those so far. Handoffs to up the middle. He battles towards the 30-yard line. Should get about 5. It'll be second and medium here for the Dinos.
If anybody's going to have cramping issues later in the game, it's going to be him. He's going to be exhausted.
2 receptions, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's pretty good football there.
Yeah.
Second and 5 here for the Dinos, 3 to the right. Sua looks out to the flats there, makes a nice catch hanging onto the ball as he just ran right out of the backfield, and Romeo Nash meets him. It's not going to be enough, though. It'll be third and about 2, and the punting unit comes out.
Yeah, role reversal from that hammer and nail scenario earlier with Calgary on Alberta. Alberta gets their redemption. Great catch though, staying focused on that football. Really nice play by the defender, reading it, coming downhill and putting a big hit to keep him short of the first down.
McLean now comes out. He stands inside his own 20. As Hume, the lone return man. And McLean gets a nice punt away there. A beauty as it's caught at the 27, but I mean, McLean just far side, puts it within a yard of the sidelines, and there's nothing Hume can do. The Golden Bears start from the 27.
That took him right out of bounds. I mean, Chris McLean is putting on a bit of a clinic from the punting perspective. He's definitely playing at the next level.
Yeah, it's really 2 straight years that it's obvious that he has the ability to go pro with that leg.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch at this level, of course, because he is just a little bit better than most, right? And he's able to place it, and that's exactly what you want from your punter, to be effective.
48 yards in the air there for McLean. Play action on first down. Pass over the middle, wide open is Rosary. Rosary gets towards half, takes a bump. That'll be plenty for a first down for the Golden Bears as they're out to their own 53-yard line as he's knocked down by Jordan Chisda.
So Alberta is running a little bit of a flood route from the wide side across to the short side, and they're trying to option the Calgary defender. He's got 2 outs. He's got one in front of him that he can see and one behind him that he can't see. And unfortunately, he chose the one in front, which is definitely the wrong choice. You want to sink, get underneath that deep route, force the short throw, and then play up to it.
First down, stretch play here for the Bears as Peterson goes around the outside, and he's going to be pushed out just shy of another first down, maybe a gain of 7 or 8 there on first.
Alberta's really rolling. They're looking clean. They're looking precise. They must have had a good camp because their timing is good. They're really mixing it up well with their play calls, but their execution is far better than the Dinos from an offensive perspective.
Second and short here for the Golden Bears. Peterson in the backfield with Hetlinger. Now fake on the end around. Actually, that's Hornung in the backfield, but he's stuffed as the Dinos don't fall for that sweep play. And in the backfield quickly is Daniel Flanagan. I think they lost maybe a yard there. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, there's been a couple of these plays that the Dinos have stuffed, just broadly speaking, and every time it looks like this is something that they've seen on film before. Just the way they're reacting to it, it's like, I know what this is, and they're playing accordingly.
Run defense certainly has not been the problem for the Dinos in the first half. It's 2 plays that are the difference in this game right now. Under 7 to go, they're going to go for it here. It's 3rd and 2 Golden Bears, and we get a timeout now. And it's going to be a Bears timeout, as maybe they have to think about going for it here on 3rd and 2 from the Dinos' 49-yard line.
I think this is more about not wanting to be rushed. It's good use of a timeout. You know, what do we got? 6-7 minutes left in the quarter. You know, you're in cruise control here. Why not take the time, really talk it over? I'm fully expecting them to go for it, especially because what we've seen from their punt game. At this point, you're in Dinos territory already. Yeah, have at her.
And I'm sure what they've seen from their defense's ability to hold the Dinos so far also factors in. So I would agree with you 100%. There's very little to lose, I would say, going for it here on 3rd and 2, as it looks like Hetlinger will be the quarterback on 3rd and 2 as he runs back out into the huddle. Peterson in the backfield, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 6 up on the line. Check out of a play. They will indeed go for it. Handoff to Peterson. I don't think he got there. Still battling for it, and he might have with the second effort. It's going to be close as the ref marks it right where the first down marker is on that far side.
Yeah, if he doesn't have it, they're measuring, but it looks like he got it. He kind of got swung around in a circle a couple times there and managed to tumble forward.
And indeed, they are going to say first down for the Golden Bears. Great second effort from Peterson, and it'll give his team a fresh set of downs. Bears going to pick up the pace a little bit here as they fake the handoff. Now pass over the middle, and that one just incomplete, intended for Jackson Hume.
Yeah, and that's just a flat-out miss. He was there, well executed, just couldn't finish it. But I wouldn't be surprised to see U of A apply a little pressure by going no huddle. Why not? You're up, you're playing well. It's a good opportunity to work that. It's early in the season. Practice your fire, and keep the Dinos defense on their heels.
2nd and 10 here. Hard count. Now they reset the play, 3 to the right. He looks to the left, pass into the flats. Nice tackle made there, as the pass was to Rosary, and I believe it was Sauce Odomingi in there quick, and Flanagan coming to help finish him off.
Yeah, that was kind of one of those neutral plays where it was executed well on both sides. Good route run. Good job coming back to the football. Nice throw. Great coverage. You know what? That's just good football all the way around.
Another 3rd down gamble here for the Golden Bears as they're inside the Dinos 40. Pass faking to the right side. Now he'll just throw it away, and that's a hold for the Dinos. They'll take that. They'll take the ball over just inside their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, Calgary needed that. That's going to help them feel good, feel a little bit better about where they're at here. If they can build off that, move the football here, even if it's just 3 more points, they can start to slowly get a little momentum going. At the end of the day, the score is not so lopsided, and with as much time as we have left, that they can't think about coming back.
Britton settles in. He's in the gun. 3 to his left, 2 to the right. Sua in the backfield. Toss out to Sua to the far right side. Sua tries to get around the outside, dodges 1 tackle, and he's going to get near the 45. It'll be a gain of 6 on first down for Sua.
And that's what you want to see the Dinos doing. The problem now is we got to be able to convert here. We need to start completing some of these short passes, take a little bit of the pressure off the offensive line as far as pounding it forward, and get that mix. Run, pass, just like Alberta's doing.
First down for the Dinos. Low snap. Britton's escapes, gets the pass off, but Sua is decked right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the Dinos, they're going to call it incomplete as Reese Flunder in there again, laying the boom.
Yeah, Alberta does a great job reading that screenplay. Of course, as a defender, you start to feel the lineman release. It's got to be a dead giveaway, right? And that's when you got to start calling for it. Linebackers were in a good position there to make a play.
Another punt here for the Dinos. McLean back there. Hume set to return. That punt skied. And again out of bounds as he's not giving Hume any opportunity to return. And McLean upset with himself. He kind of clapped his hands angrily with the ball going out at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the leg, he's got the skills, so he's looking at the 10-yard line there, right? And, that's what you want from a guy that's a competitor. Maybe not to be too hard on himself, but expect more.
Dinos defense back out there. They'll try and hold the Golden Bears here with just under 4 minutes to go. It's a 17-3 lead for Alberta. As Liam Reed leading the way on the defense with 3.5 tackles so far. Rolling to his right is Hetlinger. And finally throws over the middle and almost intercepted, as jumping on that one was Steen Rasmussen. He just couldn't come away with it.
Yeah, sometimes you got to know when you're beat, and that was a situation when the Dinos had great coverage. They were manned up everywhere, zone to start, but had collapsed on their receivers in their zones, and Eli really tried to force that, and he's lucky that wasn't an interception.
And it looked like he could have got 5 or 6 if he just ran it to the sideline.
Well, that's just it. Sometimes, you know what, you got to just say, hey, this play's done. Let's live to fight another day. Get back to the huddle.
2nd and 10 here. Eli Hetlinger in the gun, but Golden Bears going with a tight set. All the time in the world again here for Hetlinger. Now he stops up, fakes the pass, and he'll step up and just hook slide, and he'll get just outside his 25, but not nearly enough for the first down, as Jordan Chisda was pressuring Hetlinger.
Yeah, we're getting some pressure up the middle from the Dinos, forcing Eli to move his feet and escape the pocket. From there, the defense is doing a good job locking down receivers and not giving them a lot of options. Better choice by Eli to hang on the football there, for sure.
So I believe it's Sibley back on the return. Matt Sibley, the lone returner. Giustini stands at his just outside his own 10-yard line. As we've hit the 3-minute warning, now the play blown in. Crowd getting on Giustini, who hasn't had a couple good kicks. That one a little better into the wind. And Sibley will just catch the ball for no yards at the 50. And some pushing and shoving on the far side, but they break that up, and the Dinos will get a little extra yardage here on the no yards, as Chase Pack was inside the 5 yards.
Yeah, the kicking.
Am I crazy, or did the Dinos switch sides of the field that they stay on? They were in the sun all year last year, were they not?
They've been back and forth a few times. So when I was playing a million years ago, we were on this side, and then when Blake Nill came in to coach, he inverted it because he wanted to be in the sunny side. But I don't know. In my opinion, this is the better setup. You want the visiting team over with the fans, and hopefully, you know, you get that 13th man effect. But admittedly, I don't remember what it was last year.
I'm almost positive they were in the sun, but I could be wrong, because it was a long time ago now.
No, and fair enough. It has changed numerous times over the years.
Offside Dinos is declined. No yards Golden Bears will be accepted. Offside on the Dinos.
I wonder if that was indicated the wrong way.
Yeah, they were only 5 or 6 yards away from a first down. You'd think they'd accept that. Nonetheless, the Dinos are in Golden Bears territory to start the drive. 45-yard line. Britton in the backfield with Nick Sua, the running back. 3 to Britton's left, 2 to the right. Gets the snap. He'll hand it off to Sua, but he's met in the backfield, as the first one there was number 92, Josh Lenz, and then Chase Tatrin finishes it off. It'll be 2nd and long.
Yeah, you got the weak side end just working hard upfield there, and completely cutting off the running back. Surprised him a little bit, I think. Great play by the Alberta defense.
2nd and 15 here for the Dinos from the Golden Bear 50-yard line. 2.5 remains in the second quarter. Britton takes the snap, looking deep. Britton has a man, and just out of the reach. He was looking for Ben Britton, his brother, and he just missed on that deep ball.
Yeah, it's about time they took a shot. It was a pretty good throw. Lots of opportunity for the receiver there, although I did notice that he kind of stopped his arms and started reaching for the ball a little too soon. Although it was upfield and over his head, you know, again, reps, practice, you know, that stuff will come. But at this point in the game, need that completion.
Dinos will punt from the Golden Bears 50-yard line. Another nice one from McLean, who gets it down towards the 2-yard line, and falling down on the ball was the returner Hume. And a great punt from McLean. Maybe Hume wants to let that one bounce and either go out of bounds or most likely into the end zone, but McLean did have that pretty dead to the corner.
I mean, he's effectively made 2 tackles, one by taking the returner out of bounds after catching it, and that one taking him down to the ground. Never mind the other out of bounds kicks he's had. I mean, Chris continues to impress.
Golden Bears start from their own 3-yard line. 2:12 remains here in the second quarter. They lead 17-3 over the Dinos on 2 touchdowns by Carter Kettle. Hetlinger under center now. I formation, handoff up the middle. Peterson driving his legs, and he's still on his feet, and they blew it down. But I don't think he was getting much further than the 5-yard line anyway, but tough to take down Peterson as Cabello in there to stop the play from continuing.
Yeah, a bit of a quick whistle there. He was working his feet hard. I mean, you know, I feel like some of that is the nature of football these days, where it's a little bit more safety focused, and the refs might be a little bit quicker to blow the whistle.
2nd and about 8 here for the Golden Bears. We're under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. They're backed up to their own 5-yard line. Hetlinger, delay, handoff to Peterson up the middle, or pardon me, that might have been Hume. Oh no, it was Peterson up the middle. And he will not get enough for a first down. You ought to think the Bears are punting in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty, I don't know if gutsy is the right word, but pretty strong call to take it straight up the middle, not on a draw, nothing, no trickery, right? Just let's hammer up the middle here, 2nd and long, inside what? Inside the, were they 5?
Yeah.
That's, I think that's a pretty gutsy call, but well executed. They almost made it happen.
You kick the ball away here, or do you give up the 2?
With the score the way it is, I think you give up the 2 and take the field position. How much time do we have left? Minute 40? That's enough for a drive. I think you want to push him back.
Giustini does stand about 4 yards into his own end zone. Sibley is back in case they kick the ball away, and Giustini will just run some time. And he almost he did fumble in the end zone, and it goes out the back. All those fake throwing chances there. He kept looking like he was pump faking.
Special teams coach having a heart attack.
And luckily, it goes out the back of the end zone, and that will be just a safety. But if he's any further away from the sidelines there, that could have been disastrous for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little too cute trying to, you know, fake guys out and make people think other things are happening. I mean, really just turn and run to the corner. Stand there until someone gets close and then step out of bounds, right?
We wanted someone to throw the ball back there and run out time. We put the quarterback back there.
We have a guy for that.
Dinos start from their own 35-yard line. They trail 17-5 with 1:12 to go here in the first half. Britton with Sua in the backfield, 3 to his left. Looks that way, now passes it out to the corner. Pass complete to number 87, that's Matt Sibley, and that should be enough for a Dinos first down.
There we go. I've been waiting for that for a while. Just a nice, easy timed route. Kind of a long out to the short sideline. Just take your steps, open up your hips, throw to a spot. Receiver's right there. That's what we need to see the Dinos doing a little bit more of here before the half is done.
Sibley and Carbone stand to the left of Britton. He's got Sua in the backfield. Looks that way again and will throw that way again. This time he finds Carbone just outside the 50. That'll be a gain of about 8. And it'll be 2nd and short here for the Dinos with just over a minute to go in the first half.
Yeah, lots of time here because they still got timeouts. So just chip away. If nothing else, this allows you to just feel good about what you're taking into halftime, right?
Reed, Smith, and Britton to his far side right. He'll look that way now. Pass over the middle, wide open, and just closing on it from the back end as he was looking for Zach Smith. As it looked like Smith had a step there for a sec, but the DB got back in time and the pass was a little far.
Yeah, he just overthrew him there. But, you know, I like that they're at least taking some shots, getting him used to it.
I think penalty against the Golden Bears here.
That could explain why the ball was so far overthrown. I didn't see anything, admittedly. But based on where it's placed, could be...
defensive holding or pass interference of some sort.
Yeah.
They will move the sticks forward. Pass interference. And it will be Dinos ball. They're back into Golden Bear territory, working the ball a little bit here with 53 seconds remaining in the half. They'll start this first down from the 48. 3 to Britton's left, 2 to the right. Now motioning over is Ben Britton. And it'll be a delayed draw here. Sua looking for room. He'll get over the 45 to the 44. And that'll be a decent gain on first down for Sua. He's tackled by Reese Flunder, who has made an impact for the Golden Bears defense here in the first half.
He took that handoff so deep in the backfield and after such a delay, plus the lateral movement of that run, it looked like he ran 15, 20 yards for a 4-yard gain.
The Dinos will take a timeout here with 47 seconds remaining in the half. It'll be 2nd and about 6 just inside Golden Bear territory, but I think the most promising drive the Dinos have put together so far in this first half.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's what I'm saying. You know, almost regardless of what happens here, they get to go back into the locker room and say, hey, look, that felt good. We did some things right. Let's build on that, right? From Alberta's perspective, you know, they just want to keep working, make the Dinos earn it. At the end of the day, they got a big lead right now, and they really just need to keep the Dinos from quick hitters.
Yeah, the Dinos have used that quick out on this drive. The run game has been, I would say, effective on first down. 3, 4, 5 yards, it seems. But it seems that second and medium pass hasn't been working until this drive.
Exactly, and the run game can be good, but it's never going to be great without a pass game.
2nd and 6 here for the Dinos. His time is about to be whistled back in after the Dinos timeout. He's got 3 left. Britton in motion. Now he'll stay into block. And Dom looking for an outlet. Now he'll dish it off. Nice pass there, and that will be enough for a Dinos first down as he finds his brother Ben Britton, and he does the rest to gain the first down to the 35 of the Golden Bears.
Yeah, some decent patience by the Dinos here, just letting things unfold. Great play by Ben, catching that ball and making a move upfield right away. He easily could have been tackled if he had been slow turning around.
Dinos right back at it. Pass, caught, complete over the 25 towards the 20 as the Dinos putting in work here, and he goes back to Ben after Justini makes the tackle, the punter slash safety here for the Golden Bears, but another great play as the Britons connect.
Yeah, another good example of turning and getting upfield. Catch that ball, get upfield, good things happen.
Britton looking to his left. Now over the middle, he has some room. Britton scrambling towards the 10. He's going to get inside the 10. He's knocked to the turf, and the Golden Bears collect the ball, but was he down?
I think they're called, no.
And no, they are not saying that he was down. The Golden Bears get to Britton. He fumbles inside the 10-yard line. They'll collect with 14 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and I think that can be chalked up to, again, still lacking some experience. You might make a play like that going over the goal line, but not over the first down line. Got to protect that football at all times.
And he didn't need to stretch, I don't think, for a couple extra yards there. I think he had plenty on first down, but like you said, first game here in U Sports for Britton, and he led a pretty good drive there up until that play. And it looks like the Golden Bears will just kneel out the rest of time here as they will go into halftime with a 17-5 lead as they take the first knee, and hopefully the rest of the clock starts running here as they haven't moved the clock yet. There we go. But Drew, promising signs from the offense there on that last drive, and I mean, 2 big plays from the Golden Bears is the difference. The defense has held for the most part other than those two, but something you obviously have to figure out at the half here.
Yeah, absolutely. That said, hats off to the Bears. You take those 2 plays away, and they're still winning this football game. They're playing very well. They're being very effective on offense. They're mixing it up. They're taking their time. I'd be curious to see what the time of possession was at the end of the half, but they were dominant in the first quarter that way. So, you know, Calgary, yeah, they can go back to the locker room and feel a little bit better about that last drive, but focus on the, emphasis on the little bit. They need to come out here and really get something going early in the second half and swing this momentum in their favor.
And at the half, the time of possession is 18:52 for the Bears to 11:08 for the Dinos, and I think that checks out pretty well. So we'll be back here with some stats heading into the second half and the second half of play. You're watching Canada West football. It's the Dinos and the Golden Bears. The Golden Bears leading 17-5 at the half. You're watching here on Canada West TV.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is not just an idea or a dream.
It's the promise of a new day and a better world. Tomorrow belongs to the changemakers and the risk takers, the passionate, the daring, and the bold.
This is our tomorrow. All of us, together.
This is where and how we live, shaped by our community, our neighbors, our friends, and our rivals.
Shaped by those who challenge us to think bigger, move faster, and achieve more. By those who came before us and fashioned this university from sheer determination.
We're pioneers at heart, innovators by necessity, and community builders because, well, we're from Calgary, where that legendary can-do spirit has blossomed into a will-do commitment.
And like Calgary, this university attracts people from around the world with ambitious dreams and the courage to fulfill them.
We educate students to become community builders. We conduct research that changes the world. And we enhance the intellectual, social, and cultural landscape of our region.
It's true. Our campuses draw disruptors, instigators, and challengers of convention. Those who seek and share answers to society's greatest challenges. Because tomorrow demands global attention to challenges we can only begin to imagine.
A tomorrow our students are preparing for now, and our researchers are striving to understand.
A tomorrow we're ready to face, fueled by the energy and passion of our students, postdoctoral scholars, faculty, staff, alumni, donors, and cherished friends.
By discovering and creating new ideas that have a meaningful impact on the world around us, we can improve our world and deliver the promise of a new tomorrow together.
It was a typical morning for our old pal Rex, sipping his coffee and giving the headlines a check. Hang on, what's this? We're top 5, it's true. Rex was thrilled, and he knew just what to do. Research, how cool. Rex hadn't tried that before. He went to see his friend William Galley,
Hey, Rex.
who could help him explore.
You better hold on to your tail. We have a huge day of research planned for you, and you're going to need these too. Our researchers are doing incredible things to change the world. I can't wait to hear how it goes.
Rex is all suited up, looking fresh in his coat. Time to get down to business. Rex, you gotta go. First, a stop at the library because Rex has a hunch that research starts with a question, so he's coming up with a bunch. Next, it's off to meet Morris Scantlebury. He'll show Rex the ropes of how research can help people who need it the most.
Hey Rex, do you know why I love research? It's because I love helping babies. In our lab, we're trying to find ways to prevent seizures in babies. Isn't that great?
Microscopes, beakers, and pipettes, oh my! Rex was amazed by all the things they were helping him try. Now Cashton and Jen are here to help Rex succeed. Jen shows Rex how to gather the wastewater samples that they need. Rex is learning how researchers can work with communities to keep citizens safe and healthy and turn problems into opportunities. Get moving, Rex. You've got places to be. Off to see Penny Pexman,
Rex, you made it!
who studies how kids learn and read.
So Rex, in the language processing lab, we study how language is understood by kids and by grown-ups, and sometimes that means playing games with kids so we can figure out what they understand. Was Sally being mean or nice? Interesting. When kids help us in the lab, we give them a t-shirt to say thank you. I hope it fits. See you later, Rex.
Rex is having quite a day, but it's not over yet. It's off to the Human Performance Laboratory, where he's going to work up a sweat.
Normally this is a Human Performance Laboratory, but today it's the Rex Performance Laboratory.
The technology the students use is incredibly cool. Rex can definitely see why this is North America's #1 sports science school. Wake up, Rex! Keep your eye on the clock. It's time for Adam Bell to show you why research rocks.
Hey Rex, come on in. Alright Rex, so I'm researching how to make music more accessible for people with disabilities. You want to make some music? Let's play the drums.
Our hero returns so delighted, so smart.
You're back. How did it go?
It was an incredible day right from the start.
Wow. It looks like you did a lot of research in a day. There's lots more where this came from. Do you want to do it again tomorrow?
Rex, you're our newest researcher, and what a debut. You've inspired us all to start something new.
So UBC will take the football at their own 35-yard line. Back to pass, and that pass is caught, broken up, and the Huskies jump on it. Connor Delahaye jumps on the loose football. Downfield. Solely from the 30-yard line. Kick is up, and it's good. From 30 yards out, the Saskatchewan Huskies have the game's first points and lead as we're inside the final minute here of the second quarter. UBC threatening to put some points on the board here before the half, trailing by 9. And Justin, 7 points here would really change the outlook for Blake Nill's group going into the locker room. Eric Engel now. He's got time. He's going to step up in the pocket and continue to drive that 6'4" frame forward. And he's going to be a couple of yards short. And a flag comes out right at the end of this play. So 34 seconds left here in the opening half. Engel, he'll hand this football off to Lucas Mastrodomenico, and he's got a touchdown. The Thunderbirds on the board with 6. Quarter Huskies are going into the wind. They'll have it at their back in the fourth quarter. Nias over the middle, finds Caleb Morin, and Morin's got the first down as Zach Herzog. Final play of the third quarter, and it's a touchdown. Jordan Rusnak.
Nias on the money with the throw for the Huskies' first touchdown of the day.
Well, first down here for the Huskies. It'll be swung out to Caleb Morin. And Morin is forward, and that pile's going to push him for a first down. So get a little help from your friends for Caleb Morin.
And Thunderbirds find a way to snuff out that another drive, get the ball back in the hands of their offense.
David Soley is at 15 punts inside the 20. Add another one here with great coverage. That's inside the 5. The third year special teams player to Saskatoon. Now Angle swinging this outside. It's intercepted. Finn Marcotte Cribb. Touchdown Huskies. Their first defensive touchdown of the season. We'll hand the football off to Riker Frank on second down. And all that will be left is a kneel down for the Huskies. It's the veteran, the Canada West most outstanding player with a football in his hand, and kneel it out. And the second straight Hardy Cup for Mason Nias and the Saskatchewan Huskies at home over the UBC Thunderbirds.
My name is Jonas Swen. I'm graduating with a Bachelor's of Nursing, and this is my Calgary story. I mean, the job duty is to help people. That's the job description. It's really just a rewarding job. I was an EMT first, and then advanced to advanced care paramedic, and then I did medical flights up north in northern Alberta, and then I did some paramedic work in the Middle East, then eventually moved into nursing. You're very limited with paramedicine. With nursing, there's a lot more mobility within the profession in different specialties as well as locations. I had a bit of an interesting run through university. I initially applied but had to request for a deferral after suffering a massive traumatic head injury that left me with some permanent disabilities of loss of hearing, which added its own challenge to medicine. But then once I started getting going in school, it was good for about the first year. I was just dealing with my fiance being overseas in med school, so not seeing her very often, working full-time as a paramedic still, and then going to school full-time. When I entered my second year, my mom had suddenly passed away, and very unexpectedly. And I think the unexpectedness of it, without any warning signs, was very shocking. And then about 4 months later, COVID started, and I went through what everybody is dealing with. Everybody has their difficulties that came with COVID, readjusting life, readjusting school. Everything went online. I think what was difficult was lost out on a lot of practical portions of our schooling. And then it was my interim 7. I was down visiting with my father, and he collapsed in front of me, and I knew immediately that he was going into cardiac arrest. I went through everything and acted as a paramedic. I went from full CPR to intubating him to assuming full care, which didn't turn out in the best outcomes. So it was just a lot of events pretty close to each other that made it difficult to stay on track in school. I think when you get put in these positions, you develop understanding that there is nothing you can do. Sometimes patients don't respond to treatment. That's something out of our control. When times get hard, it's easy to kind of get stuck in that downward spiral of thought. I think distracting yourself and finding outlets that you know that make you happy is very important to do. And seek out mental health help. Reaching out to many resources I had available to me was definitely key to getting through all that. I'm excited I finished. The program gave me what I needed out of it, and it gives me tons of opportunity. Right now I work at Rocky Emerge. I'm currently doing my advanced critical care nursing, and then I will be working towards with some certifications to the US. I would really like to get on with one of their large trauma centers and one of their helicopter teams, and working towards in one-day teaching. I think I have a lot to draw from that I can give forward to.
Welcome back inside McMahon Stadium here in Calgary, Alberta. We're back for second half action between the University of Calgary Dinos and the University of Alberta Golden Bears. Week 1 here in the Canada West. I'm Riley Pollock with Drew Carpenter. And Drew, we kind of talked about it. There were some good things at the end for the Dinos offense. Obviously, the fumble wasn't great at the end, but there's something they can build off that last drive as we head into the second half, and they should get the ball as they kicked off to start the game.
Yeah, I think you're right, Riley, and ultimately, if they can get that pass game going, even just the short pass game, just to, again, mix it up and throw Alberta's defense off a little bit, not allow them to be so predictive and really, assume what's coming at them, that's also going to help open up the run game, which then is going to help open up the possession time. And from there, if you can put a few points on the board, I mean, this game, as much as it's been dominated by Alberta in the first half, it's still anyone's game. There's tons of football left to play.
Some stats from the first half. Eli Hetlinger, 11 for 17 for 225 and 2 touchdowns. Matthew Peterson ran the ball 9 times for 38 yards. Carter Kettle, 2 receptions, 141 yards, and both touchdowns in that first half. And on the defensive side for Alberta, the stats not updated. Flunder with 5 tackles.
You never know what you're going to get, other than the fact that they're always going to have athletes. And when you have athletes, good things can happen. So they're up early, but as we saw, Saskatchewan didn't look too sweated about it. They will play their game like they always have for decades. And I'm fully expecting Saskatchewan to come out on top of that one.
So it will be the Dinos electing to take the win in the fourth quarter. They kick it off away, and Hume is wrapped up inside the 20, maybe just at the 20-yard line, but the Golden Bears long field to go as Civitrice and Carbone combine to make the tackle.
Wind looks like it still may be a factor here in the second half. The flags are blowing all over the place, so Alberta's in a good spot right now. I guess the saving grace for Calgary is the third quarter is usually the short quarter.
Yeah, the Dinos think they'll be in it still in that fourth. They're going to take the wind. See what their defense can do here to start quarter number 3 as Hetlinger, quite effective in that first half. Stands behind center. And he'll pass on first down. Looking to the far side, pressure up the middle. Hetlinger steps out and just out of the reach of the defender. Jacob Biggs almost with an interception as he was looking for Colby Herford.
Yeah, you expect Jacob Biggs to make that play. He was in good position underneath that out route. Bit of a late reaction. I can feel for him. As a former DB, you're not always expecting the ball to be right there. At least not thrown in your direction. But nonetheless, I was chatting with Coach this week, and he was saying that, interestingly enough, Jacob being the most experienced on this squad, is actually having a bit of a tough time as they change up their coverage because, of course, he's been running the same scheme for the last 5 seasons and now has to adapt.
Hetlinger over the middle, pass complete to number 88 as that's Herford over the middle. I thought could have been a hold in the backfield against the Golden Bears. Goes uncalled. It's going to be first down Alberta as Taylor Young and Boschman combine to make the tackle.
Alberta just finds that soft spot in behind the linebackers, that deep in curl type route. Just finds a hole in the zone essentially.
First down Golden Bears, 3 to the left of Hetlinger. He'll hand it off on that stretch play that we saw a few times in the first half. Battling towards a first down as Peterson. He'll get at least 7, maybe 8 as Liam Reed comes in to make the tackle.
That's some good old school football there. That was a good hard run. Big pop by the defender, but still keeps his feet moving and picks up another, 3 or 4 yards after initial contact.
Peterson has not been taken down by first contact, much if at all so far tonight.
Nope.
High formation now, right under setter. They're going to sneak it around the outside, and that should be enough for a first down as Hornung gets the first right at midfield.
I'm not always the biggest fan of pulling out from behind your center there and working around the outside as a quarterback, but that's more in like a third down, everybody's in the box situation. Second and kind of intermediate there, and they decide to go for it. That kind of throws the defense off. I think it's a good play call.
First down for the Bears there right at midfield. 3 right, just 1 to the left here, as it'll be a handoff on first down. Peterson right through the middle. He slices, and he'll get another 8 or 9 yards on first down.
Bears O-line is getting a good push. Peterson doesn't even have to worry about being touched for the first 3 or 4 yards upfield.
Flanagan and Odemingi with the tackle there. And it will be second and about 2 from the Dinos' 47-yard line. Hornung comes in again. He'll go right up the middle this time. And it looks like he's past that 45-yard line for another Golden Bears first down. As this time, not the little flare out. They just took care of business.
No, that's the way it's drawn up and the way it's supposed to look, in my opinion. But, you know, effective use of their backup quarterback here and just keeping the drive moving. Just keep that ball moving. U of A's really, really got it put together today and is playing a strong game. They're keeping their backup in for right now, it looks like.
They might call for a measurement here as it's right on that 45-yard line. And I think they're just going to call it third down here. Not sure what the delay is. Might have been an injury. Nolan O'Donovan went to the sidelines to talk with the trainer. The O-lineman for the Golden Bears. And looks like he's running back out now, so equipment issue perhaps?
Yeah.
Not too sure,
Looked
but
more like equipment timeout.
either way, they're going to call it third and short here, so it's got to be millimeters from our vantage point up here. So Hornung will stay in and I'm sure dive the ball over the pile one more time, trying to get a first down.
Based on their success on third down so far, you know they're going for it.
Hornung sends one in motion. He goes right through the middle, and he'll get 1 or 2, and that'll be plenty for a Golden Bear first down, and they will scrimmage first and 10 from about the 44-yard line here as they slowly trot their way into Dino territory.
This is, smart play by Alberta too. If nothing else, just continue to eat up clock. You've got the lead. Slow play it. Try to put a few more points up and just keep Calgary's offense off the field. Pretty basic.
Tight end in on the play, 3 to the right. They'll pass this time. Hetlinger looks to the backside. Now he's going to wind up over the middle. Pass complete. A big hit over the middle. But hanging on to it was number 12, Chevy Thomas. He's knocked to the turf by Steen Rasmussen there. First down, Golden Bears.
Great patience by Hetlinger. You can tell he's got time to stand there in the pocket, move his feet just a little bit, drift towards the short side, wait for that deep in to open up in the back of the Dinos defense.
Bears moving quick again here. They're at the 25-yard line. Hetlinger brings one in motion, handoff up the middle. Peterson has a hole. He steps to the outside, breaks 2 tackles, now 3, and he'll dive forward close to another Golden Bears first down.
He's a very, very strong runner. Keeps his feet moving, doesn't allow that initial contact to phase him. And even with the shoestring tackle doesn't seem to really have much of an effect either. You really got to tackle, wrap up, bring him to the ground.
Alexis Leon and Taylor Young there for the tackle, but not before another first down from the strong running Matt Peterson. First down, Golden Bears. They're looking to add to their lead. They're up 17-5 with 9.5 to go in the third quarter. Hetlinger. Peterson in the backfield. And off once again. Peterson right up the middle all day, and he goes untouched into the end zone. Golden Bears score. It is 23-5 with 9:24 to go in the third.
Yeah, he deserved to finish that drive off. Great reaction on the initial block at the point of contact. Works to the right, up into the second level. There's just nobody there for the Dinos, and trots in unobstructed.
Matt Peterson, first touchdown of the season. The Golden Bears drive the ball beautifully on their first drive of the second half and add to their lead. Extra point is good. 24-5 here with 9:24 to go. Peterson up to 78 yards on 13 carries, now averaging 6 per carry. Hetlinger up to 267 yards passing now, as the Dinos need something here on this drive, Drew.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I really just want to give credit to Alberta on that drive, because frankly, they just executed over and over and over again. It was much less about the Dinos, you know, not doing their job. It was more about Alberta really just being effective, executing, and really kind of staying within themselves. You know, they're not trying to do too much. They're keeping it simple, chipping away, working first downs, and they ate up, what, 5.5 minutes on that opening drive?
They sure did, as back for the Dinos here is Civitrice and Taylor Young. Justini kicks it away. Taylor Young in his own end zone. He'll make the catch and will bring it out. Taylor Young trying to get around the outside. A beautiful tackle there, though, as I believe it was number 32, Morgan Runge, down on coverage, and he's going to stop Taylor Young at about the 13 or so yard line.
I understand the desire to bring it out of the end zone, but I'm not sure that that's necessarily the right thing to do. I get it, you don't want to give up any more points, but at this stage, what's one more versus field position?
13-yard line is where the Dinos start. 7 tight to the line here, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Now spelling out, and a sweep play coming around the outside, looking for space up the middle, and a good run there by number 87, Matt Sibley, as he'll get about 7 or 8 on first down.
That's a clever little kind of sweep jet play with the slot back. A little flip to him, almost looks like a new age toss. The old toss play that kind of ceases to exist in modern football. But another way to get around the edge and pick up some yards, stretch out the defense.
2nd and 1, they'll stay in the gun here. Britton, hands off, Sua up the middle, he's got room, and he'll get over the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for a Dinos first down, as Sua just hit the hole and got what he could. Cole Priestley there on the tackle. And the Dinos get out to the 26-yard line here, as Sua gets over 30 yards rushing on the night. Shotgun set for the Dinos, balanced. Play action there, and almost jumping that screen pass was number 5, Tyshawn Blackburn, but instead he makes the tackle right about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, great play by the corner, reading that, coming up hard, taking away the blocking opportunity from the kick out, and the fullback coming to attack that player and try to kick him out and allow the receiver to turn upfield, but the DB was just all over it.
Civitrice and number 87, Sibley, to this near side. Britton takes the snap, now pressure up the middle, he passes it off, and I think that Sibley was looking to make a block for Britton. He kind of stopped running his route, and that pass will fall incomplete.
Yeah, that gets back to that feel that just obviously isn't there yet. When the quarterback's scrambling, you got to kind of understand where he's at and what he might like to do, and I just don't think they have enough experience together for that to happen.
Dinos punt again. Plane standing just outside his 10-yard line. Kicking it into a pretty strong wind as Hume back to return. Good kick there as it hits the wall, caught at the 50, and Hume will be knocked out of bounds. They're going to call no yards as well, so tack on some yardage to the Golden Bears starting position.
Yeah, again, the wind is definitely blowing and hanging that football up. It's not an excuse for the kicking team, coverage team. You got to get down and put on the brakes. I mean, you can see the returner. You can see where he's at, right? So you should be able to react to that. Not to be mistaken with that it's easy, but it is fairly simple.
No yards is the call. They'll move the ball up, and the Golden Bears will start in Dino territory here, looking to continue to pile on the points. They lead 24-5 with 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and fully expect Alberta to stick with their game plan, chip away at it, eat up clock, put up points, lather, rinse, repeat.
The 43-yard line of the Dinos is where the Golden Bears will start. See if we see another heavy dose of Matt Peterson here on this drive as they start in the pistol. Now Peterson looks like he was going to spell out. He'll stay in instead. Play action. Hetlinger looking over the middle, wide open in that zone, and another first down as he finds number 22, Jonathan Rosary. Picks up his 6th reception. Making the tackle was Jordan Chisda on the play, but you can just see the soft spot in that zone, and that's right where Rosary went.
Yeah, and Hetlinger's getting tons of time. He's getting great blocking up front, and Peterson did a good job looping around and pursuing players from getting up and behind Eli, allowing him to really settle in and make that throw.
Hetlinger hands off to Peterson this time. He's met quickly as the Dinos collapse on him, maybe a gain of 3 as it was Ben Dobson in there first.
The Dinos defense for the most part has been pretty effective against the run. It's the pass that they've struggled with, just not getting that pressure on Eli and him able to find open receivers. That said, the secondary overall has done a pretty good job of clamping down. It's been those underneath throws and the catch and run that's really killed them.
Hetlinger in the gun. He's got 3 bunched to the right. Play action. He'll look that way, shovel it underneath, and that's knocked away. And the Dinos make a big play on 2nd down as Sylvester Abello gets a hand of the ball, and that will bring out the field goal unit of the Golden Bears.
That shovel play, just something about it seemed a little bit off. I wonder if they haven't practiced it a whole lot, or if they're maybe just throwing it in there at this point in the game saying, hey, you know what, we don't run this very often, but let's do it. Let's get some reps and let's get it on film and force the teams next week to prepare for it.
Justini from about 32 yards out, right down the middle. Justini kicks, and he is good. That extends the Golden Bears lead to 27-5 with 5:22 remaining here in the third quarter. But despite with what the field position the Golden Bears had, that's got to be a win for the Dinos. Defense.
Yeah, absolutely. If the old bend but don't break sort of perspective. I mean, the defense, other than those 2 big plays, for the most part is doing what they can, right? They've been on the field a lot. Alberta continues to dominate from time of possession perspective. The offense, if nothing else, really needs to move the football to give those guys a blow.
Yeah, the Golden Bears have added about 8 minutes here in the second quarter, or pardon me, the third quarter, and there's only been 10 played. They've had the ball the majority of this third quarter as the Dinos offense gets back to work at the 35-yard line. Play action on 1st down. Now they dump it out to number 37. That's Evan Smith. He's battling towards a 1st down. And he'll be just shy, it looks like, but a gain of 8 or 9 on 1st down.
Unfortunately, you were looking down at the stat sheet there, figuring out names. That was a pretty good wrap-up by the Alberta halfback. Nice form tackle, shoulder right into the chest, stuck him, kept him from picking up the 1st down.
Let's see where they mark the ball here. Oh, there's an injured Golden Bear on the far side, right in front of their sideline. Looks like a gain of about 9 here for the Dinos, as that's Romeo Nash, it looks like, on the far side. Now he's up and off the field. That route from Smith came from the tight end spot there. A little play action to the inside and just a little dump out to the tight end.
Yeah, trying to get the big guy rolling, hoping to do some damage, but the defender got underneath, and when it comes to tackling, low man always wins.
Second and short here for the Dinos, who desperately need to get something going on offense. They trail 27-5 with 4.5 remaining here in the third quarter. Seven down on the line, staying in the shotgun here. Handoff up the middle, not much room, diving forward for it. I don't think Sua got to the 45-yard line, and he may have fumbled as the two teams battling for the football. And I think they're saying Sua's down, and it'll be, I think it's third down and about maybe a full yard.
Yeah, nothing for me indicated he fumbled the football. I think everyone just forgot that that was second down. So people are pointing the other way, thinking that they just stuffed him and turned it over.
So 3rd and 1 here. The Dinos, I mean, got to go for it in this situation. Down 27-5. We'll see if they stay in the gun once again here. No, Britton will go under center. Needs a full yard here. Britton to the left, and he has plenty. That'll be a first down for the Dinos just past the 45-yard line. Well executed play there.
I mean, you got to expect your offense to be able to pick up a yard, right? I think that's just fundamental across football. If you can't go out there and say, hey, we're going here and try and stop us, we're picking up a yard, I mean, you've got bigger problems.
Well, and that left side is doing quite well for this Dinos O-line as well.
Large and in charge.
Yes. 5 receivers in the formation, 4 to the right. Britton working with a fresh set of downs. Stops up, throws the hitch. Working inside, trying to get a few extra yards on the play was Sibley. He'll get about 5 there. It'll be 2nd and medium.
Yeah, the Alberta defense continues to fly around. The secondary's played pretty darn well today. My understanding is they're kind of the strength of this group, if you will, the veteran presence. And they've definitely been flying around today, making big sticks and sticking their nose in there.
2nd and 5 here for the Dinos, just outside their 50-yard line. Britton gets the snap. He'll stop up, throw it to the flat. That's complete. And into Golden Bear territory as he finds Sibley once again, his favorite target here so far.
Yeah, well executed, quick hitter. These are the kind of plays that they need to just build upon. And, there is still plenty of time in this game if they can put a few of these back to back to back. But in the meantime, like I said earlier, if they can just continue moving the football, if nothing else, to just give their defense a break when they come back onto the field, try to hold Alberta and chip away.
Just 5 seconds to go here on the play clock as the O coordinator trying to hurry them up. They do just get the snap off. Play action, pass over the middle, looking and intercepted back at the 10-yard line as Giustini doesn't just kick the ball, he picks the ball too from that safety position. Intended target was Zach Smith.
Yeah, and it looked like he saw that coming a mile away, so I think Dom maybe gave that one away. You know, as a quarterback, you got to look like you're throwing elsewhere when you want to go over the top. Typically, when you got a good safety back there who's experienced and knows what he's doing, playing over top, you got to take him away and then bring it back with the throw. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. Giustini was well underneath it. That was a relatively easy interception.
We've got unsportsmanlike, I think, was the call on the play. So they're going to go half the distance after the interception. Back to about their 5-yard line is where the Golden Bears will start. 1:39 to go here in the third quarter. Alberta leads the Dinos 27-5. I'm Riley Pollock. here with Drew Carpenter, as it's week 1 in the Canada West. Dinos home opener, and they have some work to do here as we head towards the end of the third quarter. Golden Bears deep in their own territory to start this drive. 2 left, 2 right. Pistol formation. Hetlinger, play action. Now he'll just go up the middle. I think Hetlinger thought that Peterson was getting that football, and Peterson just kind of ran away from it.
Yeah, I think a bit of a broken play, but this is a great opportunity for Alberta to just continue doing what they're doing, right? If they can drive the length of the field here, it just, it's another thing for them to review on film, kind of celebrate and really motivate them for their next game.
2nd and about 7 here, deep inside Golden Bears territory. They're at their 8-yard line. Screen pass to the outside, now cutting back to the outside. Great tackle made back, and we're gonna get 2 flags come out late as Schmulin makes the tackle. Hereford made the catch. Pardon me, Liam Reed in there to stop it from being a first down, but 2 flags came out simultaneously. We'll see what the call is here. And another Golden Bear down, offensive lineman. Looks to be more of a cramp as he's trying to stretch that leg out.
Yeah, I think it's a calf cramp. I think you're right. It's something that is standing out now a little bit. I think something that the Dinos can feel good about, if nothing else, is they haven't had too many injured players. My understanding is they had a really good offseason that way and came in strong, in shape, ready to go. Perhaps Alberta just needs a little more time to get their conditioning up to snuff.
Necessary roughness against the Golden Bears, so it'll push them back half the distance to the goal. I believe they'll replay 2nd down here, as they'll be at about the 3.5 yard line with 2nd and long. Or they'll call it 3rd. It must have been after the play.
Yeah, and it looks like they're coming out from the 1. Assuming that ball is placed appropriately. The sticks are lined up on it, so I think it is.
Maybe no half the distance on unnecessary roughness penalties. Just take them all the way back. So the punting unit looks to be coming out here for the Golden Bears. I would suggest that they will give up the safety here from the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption.
Sibley back to return. I don't think the ball's getting anywhere near him.
Yeah, no, between the score, the way Alberta has been effective, both offense and defense, and then the questionable punting game, I think it's safe to say they're just going to kneel this one down.
They don't have the punter back there this time to run it out.
I wonder why that is after the last experiment in the other end zone.
Charlie Deland back there, the defensive halfback. And he'll try and kill as much time as possible as we near the end of the third quarter. He's going to get tackled, though. I think if I'm the Golden Bears special teams coordinator, I'm just going to say take a knee immediately after these 2 plays for safeties.
I mean, yeah, they're definitely going to need to practice that a little bit. Not exactly ideal execution, but nonetheless, they managed to come away with it with the result they were looking for, and now Calgary gets another chance to try to put something together here and, feel a little bit better about themselves.
Score's now 27-7 for the Golden Bears with 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. As the Dinos will start from the far left hash at their own 35-yard line. See what they can do here with the final quarter and 10 seconds as they start in the pistol formation. 3 to the right of the quarterback, Dom Britton. He takes the snap, he'll pass. Britton out to the flat, complete to Ben Britton. He spins around 1 defender and cuts it upfield, about the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd and about 3 And that will do it for the third quarter as Chase Tatrin makes the tackle. Drew, the Dinos have some work to do, down 20 here as we head to the final quarter.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see such a lopsided start. You know, fully expected these teams to battle it out and for it to be relatively even. I mean, they battled hard last year against each other, and I feel like coming into this season, you know, most people expected them to be fighting out of the bottom of the conference, but I definitely did not expect to see such a lopsided or dichotomous outcome so far. I knew Alberta would come here and play well, as they have, but I definitely expected more from the Dinos just broadly as a team.
We'll be back in about 2 minutes' time here for the fourth quarter. You're watching the Dinos and the Golden Bears here on Canada West TV. Welcome back to McMahon Stadium here in Calgary, Alberta. Riley Pollock and Drew Carpenter on the call here on Canada West TV as the Golden Bears lead the Dinos 27-7 heading into the final quarter. As it's been tough sledding for this Dinos offense tonight. Dom Britton 12 for 19, 87 yards and 1 interception as well as a fumble. Nick Sua 33 yards rushing on 10 attempts. It is Ben Britton, 3 receptions, 30 yards as the Dinos on offense here to start the fourth quarter. It's 2nd and 2. They're passing here. Britton throws it into the flat. That one not intercepted, broken up nicely there. It was looking for Carbone, but it was Blackburn in there to knock the ball away.
From my vantage point, it looks like that was a cashable football and a pretty good throw. And at this point, you know, the game may not be technically out of reach, but based on the performances we've seen, Calgary now is in a little bit of like practice and execution mode. Let's, you know, put some things together and just get ready for next week to a certain extent. And from that perspective, you need your guys to make those plays, build up Dom a little bit, right? Build everybody up and come out of here feeling good about a few things as the game comes to a finish.
Chris McLean will come out and punt the ball away with the wind. It looks like the wind has died a little bit here as we head into the fourth quarter. McLean catches the high snap. And he boots one almost over the head of the returner Hume, who catches it over the shoulder. He's knocked out at around the 20-yard line, but another good punt as Everett Schmoolen makes the tackle on special teams.
Pretty nice return in the end, because that was not an easy punt to catch. It was kind of end over end, wobbly, but with the wind behind it, it was coming in hot. Managed to catch it over the shoulder and turn it into something. It was an impressive play.
Golden Bears will scrimmage from their own 20-yard line, up 20 here in the final quarter. They'll come out in a balanced set pistol here. Pass out into the flat on first down, complete and enough for a first as Rosary hurdles over a few defenders and gets out to the 40-yard line. He's tackled by Deacon Taylor Young.
drops the shoulder at the end of the play too, and really sends a message. You know, Alberta's just been rolling all game, and the momentum continues for them, and they're playing hard. These guys are playing fast, playing hard, and I think that's something that Calgary needs to take away is, you know what, playing with confidence, like Coach Harris talked to them yesterday in practice, is about knowing your assignments and being able to execute at full speed, and we're seeing Alberta do that over and over again in this game.
Hetlinger hands the ball off on first down. Peterson uses a blocker and gets to the second level. He's into Dino territory before he's wrapped up by Rasmussen. But that's a nice 20-yard gain from Peterson, who's going to be close to 100 yards on the night.
Yeah, he's starting the season off right as far as personal effort, and statistically, he's going to be happy with the outcome of this game.
First down, Golden Bears from the Dinos' 51-yard line. They break huddle. They've got 3 right, 2 left in the shotgun formation. Peterson spells out. Now it's a sweep play here. The jet around the outside, and a great job by number 5 as Hume comes around the outside. Deacon Taylor Young was able to kind of set that edge and not let him get to the outside.
Yeah, the Bears had a pretty good block on the end here by the receiver, number 12, to seal the end and try to get the runner outside, but the Dinos were able to rally across the field and shut it down.
Second and 5 here for the Golden Bears on the right hash at the Dinos' 46-yard line. Motion across the line. Now Hetlinger has it. He'll roll out to his left, pass it into the flat, and it's caught. And that'll be enough for a Golden Bear first down as Chisda pushes Hereford out of bounds at the 37.
Alberta continues to be effective. It's just a simple intermediate out. Quarterback is just taking his steps, thrown to a spot, timing it up, and hits the receiver right in stride. Good job by Calgary at least being there to knock him out of bounds, but too little too late, unfortunately.
Hetlinger clears 300 yards passing in the game. He's 16 for 24 for 308 and 2 touchdowns now. As it's first down, Golden Bears from the Dino 37. Hetlinger hands off to Peterson. Peterson spinning. Now he'll be taken down after 4 yards. That's Hall in the backfield now.
Alberta really likes to pull their linemen. Multiple times today we've seen various traps and linemen pulling from the outside, leading up the hole for the running backs, and I know running backs love to see the big boys out in front of them like that.
Corday Hall gains about 5 on first down. It's second and medium for the Golden Bears at the Dinos' 32-yard line. Bears reset here. They take the snap. Looking into the flats. Pass incomplete. Almost intercepted through the deflection. The Dinos can't hang on to it, but that will bring up third down here for the Golden Bears as Ajayi tried to make the interception. The bouncing ball just couldn't find it.
Yeah, that's tough. You're exploding upfield to try to make a tackle, not thinking about the football at all, and all of a sudden it's right there in your face. I mean, I think that one's excusable as far as the drop is concerned.
Another field goal attempt for the Golden Bears kicker, Giustini. He has an interception playing safety as well tonight. Into a bit of a breeze from 39. Giustini, kick is up, and he's going to miss wide to the left, and Taylor Young going to bring it out. Taylor Young does get outside and to the 3-yard line, but I believe that moves the ball up to the 35 if you bring it out on a field goal, if I'm not mistaken. Pardon me, the 20 is where they move the ball.
Yeah, so there's definitely motivation to get it out, but I also kind of feel like there might have been a bit of a bust there just in what the intent was as far as returning, right or left, etc., because typically when you got a missed field goal, that's an opportunity to try to get a big return because you got the big boys out there, right? Blocking and then trying to come downfield and having to make a tackle. It's not your typical coverage team.
Dinos start again, handoff. Nice hole there through the middle as Sua wrapped up, but not before he gets enough for a Dinos first down as Priestley and Tatrin wrap him up.
Yeah, Dinos are just able to catch the Bears over pursuing on that play and picking up a first down to start off the drive.
First down Dinos from their own 34-yard line. Delay back to Sua. Gets through the middle. He'll cross the 35 to about the 37 and gain about 3 on first down as Lozada takes him to the turf.
Yeah, solid pursuit by Lozada there on the backside of that play. He's upfield, notices the running back underneath him, gets off his block and is able to chase him down and make a nice tackle.
2nd and 7 here for the Dinos. They work from their own 37-yard line. Britton takes the snap, looks to the outside. He gets it there. Pass incomplete as coming down field and breaking it up was Bannatyne as he was looking for Zach Smith on the play.
Yeah, well timed by the defender there, just getting in the receiver's face. Hands on the football, but not an easy catch to make. Well done by Alberta.
Another third down here for the Dinos. They'll punt the ball away.
So he is a very good football player, but on the flip side, he's your punter. That's good. You want all your players to be good, but you also want to be speaking highly of your quarterbacks, your running backs, your defense, everyone coming together and winning football games. And unfortunately, the punter is probably the last guy to be able to do it on his own.
Yeah, McLean, 8 punts tonight, 357 yards, averaging 44.6 per punt, 2 of them over 50 yards. As the Golden Bears get back to it at the 25-yard line. Looks like the flag was nothing. As the stretch run here now cuts it back through the middle and a big hit, but not before first down yardage. That's Joe Murphy in the backfield now. And it looks as though Peterson's night may be done at 99 yards rushing.
Doesn't it figure? I think we're starting to see the effects of this time of possession dominance. The defense is looking a little bit tired. I noticed a lot of heads low trying to make tackles there. When you drop your head, you're going to miss. You're not looking where you need to be, and you're making it even easier for Alberta right now.
Alberta at 31:06 time of possession, still with 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. The Dinos under 20 still. As another handoff here on first down through the middle. And this time the Dinos better at pursuing, 3 yards on the gain. Joe Murphy again, as Odomingi may have been the first to the ball carrier.
Yeah, he did a good job holding the edge there, sticking his shoulder in and holding that runner up. But, Alberta still picks up a few positive yards, continues to hang on to the football, take their time. They've really, really done a good job of being disciplined and controlled in this football game.
2nd and 7 for the Golden Bears. They work from their own 39-yard line with a 20-point lead, 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Hetlinger, play action. Now he'll spin it to the naked boot side there, and he's gone. Hetlinger has plenty for a first down to the 49-yard line. Liam Reed in pursuit. Taylor Young there as well, but Hetlinger had all the room in the world on that backside.
Yeah, a smart play by him to hang on to it there, knowing he can get the first down and slide, relatively safe. The only thing I'm wondering about is just, do you really want your star quarterback running around this late in the game like this? Because, stuff happens, right?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if we would see Hornung on this drive, but it appears as though they're going to give him at least one more with 6.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Curl route there, pass to the outside is incomplete as he was looking for Hereford. Ajayi in coverage. Now they're going to say he did catch the ball.
They're talking about it, yeah. And frankly, it did look like he got a foot down. Of course, it's 1 in CIS. So.
Oh, definitely drag that back foot.
Oh, sorry, U Sports. Excuse me, I'm dating myself. Nice catch though, and you know, that's a good example there. The defender's right on the receiver, but takes his eyes away from the receiver, and sometimes that can make all the difference. I'm convinced defender keeps his eyes on the receiver, he's got a chance to actually break that up.
Hetlinger in the gun once again. He'll hand it off through the middle over the 50-yard line. As just a bowling ball type run there from number 28 as Joe Murphy crashes near the 45-yard line.
These Alberta running backs are not afraid to go full steam into anybody. They play physically. It's been impressive to watch.
2nd and 5 here for the Golden Bears from the Dinos' 46-yard line. 5:40 remains in the final quarter as the Bears continue to work the time of possession and run this clock down. Hetlinger drops back, looking for a lane. Now he'll roll out wide open, passes it off, stopping up, cutting up the middle as he finds Schellenberg, his first reception of the day, and that will be enough for another Golden Bears first down.
Alberta's offensive line deserves a lot of credit today. They've opened up a ton of holes for the run game, and they've been giving Eli tons of time back there to really wait on things, let it develop in front of him. He's had to use his legs a little bit, but really almost by choice. On the flip side, the Dinos front seven, you know, they've done a reasonable job against the run, all things considered, but have not been getting pressure on Eli Hetlinger.
Another first down for the Golden Bears at the 31-yard line. Play action on first down from the Bears as rolling out, passing, and completing. And we're going to get a flag on the play, but I believe Ajayi pushed out Schellenberg, who makes his 2nd straight catch.
I'm not sure what the flag's about. If we maybe have a push off from a receiver, because I mean, I didn't really see any contact, so perhaps it developed earlier in the play.
Pass interference on the offense is what it looked like she signaled. I think there was a bit of a block there from 32 before the ball was thrown upfield.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that will drive the Golden Bears back 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 for Alberta from the 41-yard line.
Don't see calls like that very often, but you know, it's good just to keep everybody honest, right? Because the pick play, that sort of stuff, I mean, as much as you might love it if you're an offensive-minded individual, you know, on a defensive side, it's pretty frustrating.
1st and 20 for the Golden Bears, 4 to the quarterback's right. That's Hetlinger. Now 2 shift to the far side. Passing on first down over the middle. This play's worked twice before. This time the pass gets off to Dakota McKay, who cuts it upfield and gains about 11 of the 20 they needed. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, just a quick little slant underneath the linebackers and over top of the defensive line, finding a little hole. Again, Alberta just taking what they're given. They're not trying to make too much happen, and have really just, you know, been borderline textbook today.
We approach the 3-minute warning here. 3.5 to go. The Golden Bears continue to lead 27-7. And pass into the dirt there as the running back went to the wrong side of the play action. And Hetlinger just has to throw it into the ground.
Good heads up by Eli there, realizing he doesn't have anything going on and just, you know, getting rid of it. It's kind of something we were talking about earlier in the game when he nearly threw an interception back across his body. And it's just understanding, hey, you know what, sometimes the wrong play is called or someone goes the wrong way like we just saw there, whatever it is. And you know what, you're better to just kind of say, hey, let's reset and try again.
Another field goal attempt for Giustini. This one from about 37 out as they try to hit 30 points here just before the 3-minute warning. Steeney. Kick is up and just inside that far upright. Score now 30-7 for the Golden Bears with 3:12 remaining.
Of course, it's a bit easier to make those disciplined decisions when you're in command of the game, both on the scoreboard and just broadly on the field.
These two teams back in action next weekend as Calgary travels to BC to take on the UBC Thunderbirds, while the Golden Bears have their home opener. They will host Manitoba next Friday the 8th.
After witnessing what we've seen here, I'm interested to see how that game against Manitoba plays out. They're not typically known to be the most disciplined football team, however, typically have very good athletes, etc. And so having seen Alberta execute like this, if this is truly the style of play that represents this team, I could see them matching up very well against Manitoba and having a lot of success.
Pass intended for Sua goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Dinos. Right now, UBC leads University of Regina Rams 13-0, 5 minutes into the second quarter. UBC and Saskatchewan co-first place in the coaches poll heading into this season.
Yeah, I think I want to still give that to Saskatchewan. If nothing else, they were in the big game last year. They deserve it until they're kind of proven otherwise.
Nice completion there from Britton. He finds number 87, Matt Sibley, for a first down as he's pushed out of bounds by Chase Pack. 15 yards and a first down for the Dinos, as that will be Sibley's 5th reception of the game. They work quickly now. Just past their own 50-yard line. Britton steps back. Pressure coming. Now he'll go deep on the post route. Pardon me, that's the flag route there. He was looking for Zach Smith. Those two have tried deep a couple times today. They're just a little bit not on the same page as DeLand in on the coverage.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, is it the route that's run? Is it where the ball is placed in the throw? But I've noticed a few times that the ball, whether it's Dom or the receiver, has been right over top of the receiver's head, which is kind of the last place you want it, because you get lost. You don't really know which way to turn. You definitely want it to be at least a few yards to the right or the left of the receiver, depending on the situation, to allow them to be able to move into that and not have to spin around, look over top of their head, try to make a Willie Mays bucket type catch.
Britton completes on 2nd down. And we got a flag well after the play there, as one of the O-linemen not happy with what was going on and decided to clean the pile as everyone was getting up.
Yeah, I'd say this is pretty common late in the game in a Battle of Alberta like this. Things start to get chippy, and you know, it's unfortunate that it gets to this, but you know, a good reason to keep your head on the swivel and play right to the whistle, because most other guys are playing to the whistle or potentially beyond. I mean, that's pretty blatant.
Yeah. Might get one both ways there, as number 48 was tossed well after the play by one of the Dinos O-linemen. We'll see what happens here. Two against the Dinos, 2 unnecessary roughnesses.
2 times. That's inexcusable, right? I don't care how much you're down. I don't care who does what. You got to be able to control yourselves.
So that'll move them back to 3rd and 40-ish, 33. And that will bring out the punting unit, obviously.
It can be frustrating, especially when you're down like this. And you know what? I'm fully aware that there's potential cheap shots happening during the play and whatnot. You know, everybody does it to a certain extent, right? It's some of it, I think, is that if you're not cheating, you're not trying. But regardless, you have to be able to handle that and be able to control your emotions.
Another beauty from McLean, who drives it all the way back out of bounds. And we're going to get a flag on 2 flags now, one at each 40-yard line on this near side. McLean puts it out at the 22-yard line from his own 10.
Yeah, I think Alberta might have been guilty of going after the kicker there. And, you know, there's just no reason for that. I mean, the way Chris kicks it, he's 50 to 60 yards away from the football. What's he going to do?
We'll see what the calls are here as 2.5 remains in the fourth quarter. The Golden Bears comfortably leading 30-7 over the Dinos here, and barring a miracle, we'll move to 1-0 to start this Canada West season. The Dinos will be searching for answers, especially on offense. They're gonna move them back 15 yards, so unnecessary roughness against the Golden Bears on that punt return. And now in at quarterback, we do see the backup for the Golden Bears, Luke Horning.
I'd expect him to stick with a similar play call strategy, though, because, I mean, it's been effective and it's not been magical. Eli did a great job, but, you know, they're not throwing the ball deep and making these spectacular plays. They're just chipping away.
Good stick there on the attempted stretch. As Corday Hall in at running back, he gets smacked by Reed, who's been leading the way tackling so far for the Dinos, up to 7 now tonight. Second and long here for the Golden Bears inside their own 10-yard line. 2:15 remains. Hornung hands it off on the jet sweep. I think there's going to be a holding call here, but Hume came around the outside. He was taken down by Taylor Young, but a flag comes in. And I believe it will be holding against the Golden Bears.
Yeah, and Alberta's just trying to control the football here, keep the ball on the ground, run the clock out. But, you know, when you run these long kind of stretch plays like that, that's a long time to maintain a block, especially out in space. You're asking a lot of your receivers.
Dinos will decline because Golden Bears only got to about the 11-yard line, maybe the 12, so the punting unit will come out here with just over 2 minutes to go. Depending on what the Golden Bears do with this, if they give up another safety or not, the Dinos could have a good field position if they choose to kick it away.
With the score where it is, it makes a lot of sense to just take the safety and force the Dinos to, you know, try to make plays that they simply haven't all game long.
Looks like it is Delan back there again. As they run the clock down, and now he gets it, and he'll fake running out, and he'll go around the outside. Delan stops up and will finally go out of bounds as he thought about faking it out of the middle.
I get what he's doing, but it's the whole risk reward thing, right? What's the risk of you stepping over the line? I mean,
yeah, getting over.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, but I don't know. I just keep it simple,
yeah.
Right? The KISS principle. Like, just run to the corner, stand there, and as soon as you're about to get hit, step out of bounds.
Yeah.
And frankly, try to draw a late hit penalty or something.
Score now 30-9 for the Golden Bears with 1:35 to go. The Dinos offense back out there. Pishneri in the backfield. Now pass up the seam, just out of the reach of Sibley, as it's kind of been what's happened all night long, as Britton just not quite on the same page with his receivers yet on the deep ball.
Yeah, I think that was the right look, and Dom clearly has a strong arm and throws a decent ball. I don't think there's quite enough arc on it. I don't think he's giving his receivers enough opportunity to run underneath it. It could be that he's trying to make too perfect of a throw and needs to understand that the throws need to be good. Sometimes they can be great, but ultimately they just need to be in a space where you can let your athletes try to make a play, especially on those deep balls. Go and get it.
Britton deep again. He's picked off at the far side as Charlie Deland makes the interception, the second of the night for Britton, and that will, if it wasn't put away, It's put away now as with 1:25 to go, the Golden Bears retake possession.
You know, the play before was a good read and a good throw, ultimately, you know, overthrown, but nonetheless, he read the coverage right. He had like a cloud coverage, halfback over top, leaves the sideline open. But that throw there, he's definitely trying to force it to the corner. They're in like a cover 3. The corner's back over top. That's easy pickings.
Golden Bears with the ball at their own 39-yard line, a 30-9 lead with 1:25 to go. Harnung fakes the play action there. Now pass over the middle. Up there. Golden Bears ball at the Dinos 45-yard line with 1:15 to go. As Harnung breaks the huddle. 3 to his right, 2 to the left. Stands back in the pistol, and he'll hand it off this time. Not much room for the Golden Bears running back on that play, as Critch gets a chance to run the ball, but the Dinos defense all over.
Yeah, strong pursuit by the D-line, crashing down and forcing the runner to expand wider than I'm sure he wanted to. And, you know, that's what you want to see, but you need to see it over and over and over again from the beginning of the game.
Under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. The Golden Bears going to pick up their first win in the first game of the Canada West season. As another play action here. Harnung has all the space in the world. He'll just wrap around, stay in bounds smartly there as he slides. And he'll gain about 7 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Golden Bears with 26 seconds remaining. Tough start for the Dinos. I mean, you bring in a BCFC, CJFL national champion quarterback, but obviously hasn't worked with most of these guys at all, and except his brother, obviously. But it's definitely not the start this Dinos team wanted, but luckily still 5 more weeks to work with.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, all facets of the Dinos game are going to get scrutinized in film following this, right? I foresee the Dinos having a fairly long and intense film session, whereas Alberta, I think, is probably going to be a little more short to the point, dare I say. They put on a clinic today, and you know, they can feel really good about themselves, especially going home and getting to host Manitoba, whereas the Dinos now, they get to go on the road and have a real challenge in BC.
33-9 now the score, as the field goal is good from Giustini from 45 yards out. 5 seconds remain here. As, yeah, you're right, the Golden Bears, I mean, there's not much you can be upset about from week 1.
No, frankly, you know, other than maybe some special teams work for them, they played a complete game. They played really, really well today. Definitely want to give them that credit. And, you know, I think the Dinos really need to kind of take a look in the mirror here and decide what sort of team do they want to be. You know, getting back to Wayne Harris's comments yesterday about confidence, you know, I wonder if they maybe came in with a little bit of overconfidence, and, you know, maybe just need to really kind of humble themselves a little bit and say, okay, I just need to know what I need to do on a given play and just do that. Nothing more, and obviously nothing less, right? And really just get in that habit, do the little things right, and then grow into the individual player group and team that they want to be ultimately.
Kickoff goes out of bounds from the Golden Bears, as they didn't want to risk any injury or big return, I guess. And so the Dinos have 5 seconds from the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like that was on purpose, because otherwise, how do you kick it that far out of bounds, right? So I think you're right.
40-yard line is where they will work from. And Britton stays in for the final play. I don't think there's any doubt about Dom Britton being the guy. Even with this game, they've brought him in for a reason, and they're going to let him work with this offense.
No, yeah, and I'm not you know, I'm not trying to be too hard on him. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, you know, the coaches fully expect him to have some growing pains. Ultimately, you know, if I think about what he did today compared to what we saw last year from the quarterback position at this time of the season, yeah, no, I do think it's fundamentally an improvement, and he's got a lot of road ahead of him. But you know, this is a good learning opportunity for this team as a whole and as individuals, and you know, I fully expect them to come out better prepared next week, and in a couple weeks here when we're back on the broadcast, look for a better outcome overall.
Dinos in UBC next Saturday at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. The Golden Bears will host Manitoba on Friday at 7 Mountain Time. Drew, any final thoughts before we go here?
I mean, as I said, hats off to Alberta. Good luck to them next week. I think they're going to match up real well against Manitoba if they play like this. And for the Dinos, you know, they're going in to play against Blake Nill and a bit of an unpredictable UBC team. I really hope they're, you know, disciplined and thinking about what they need to do each individual play, because I guarantee those guys will be ready for them.
Well, there you have it. That will do it for us up here in the broadcast booth. For Drew Carpenter, I'm Riley Pollock. Thank you to our producer, Austin Surzan, tonight. It has been Dinos and Golden Bears you've been watching here on Canada West TV.